Okay, this is John with iRepair and iCustomize. Today we're going to do a bezel change to gold. This is actually going to be gold and blue. And we're going to record the changing of the buttons by request. I'm going to go ahead and do the teardown and post the video on mainly the buttons, so I'll tear it down and we'll continue after that. Okay, we did the tear down. Basically it's the same as a screen replacement. Okay, new bezel. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 6 screws with washers. There's 3 on each side, and place them in this bezel. And we'll continue after that's done. Okay, we have the 6 screws replaced. The next thing we're going to do is the SIM pin ejector. Right in there. Try and get it focused. Okay. Remove 1 screw there, and move the SIM pin ejector to the new bezel, and we'll continue after that. Okay, we have the SIM pin ejector and the new bezel. The next we're going to remove all the dock connector parts, and I will go ahead and try and do it while videotaping. There's a small piece of tape over this one. 2 screws. When you're doing the bezel change, always have a extra dock connector and the power button and volume button flex cables handy just in case you damage one. However, if you can reuse the same one, it is much more convenient, as they are sometimes folded in odd ways and you have to figure out how to fold it back to the way it was. Just not the easiest task. Here we want to remove the button cable also before change it. There's a little flip up switch here that will release the cable. Try to have this on hand also, as damage it, you need a new one. Not easy to get under here. think we're good. Yeah. Okay, back to this. Slowly take your time so you don't damage anything. Right here. If at all possible, make sure the adhesives stick to the flex cable part and not the bezel. Otherwise, you need to get adhesive. Okay. That came out right. Then we need also this piece and this piece, as the new bezel does not come with it. And try and go. Again, try and save the adhesive. Alright. So, I believe we got everything from the bottom we need. Let's go ahead and put it in. And I'm going to stop the recording and do that. Okay, I actually took the screen mesh off, as this bezel came with nice gold screen mesh. I put the two parts that were attached in, and I made sure that this lined up with this so that it was in correctly. Okay, and the next step is to put the dot connector in. When you do that, you want to ensure that this sensor lines up with the holes on this side. And then you can screw it into place, and I will do that. Okay, I got all the dot connector parts in. I'm putting the button back in place. Need an extra hand here. Alright. I think we're good. Okay, going to remove the volume buttons, vibrator, and headset flex cable. Keeping the screws aligned in the order they came out as to ensure that there's not different sizes. Three screws for the volume up down. One screw for the vibrate. Okay, there's actually two screws for the vibrate. There's one hidden right in there. So we're going to move to the top power button. Has the proximity sensor cable, the speakers attached to it. And remove that first to see what we have to do to get to the power button. Okay, just the two screws on that. And we have this spacer, which is now part of the flex cable. This is for the proximity sensor and light sensor. The speaker, we're going to go ahead and remove it. Okay. That wasn't so bad. I think we'll go ahead and install that into the new one before we move on. Okay. One key thing when you're changing out the buttons, most of the time they will not come with these pieces. And those have to be put into the buttons, otherwise it won't make contact with the flex cable. Right in there. You can remove the little silver button from the old power button. I had to use a razor knife to get it up, and then adhere it to the new button. But I'm going to go ahead and do this and put the flux cable in place, and we'll continue from there. Okay, after you get the top power button in, you'll want to ensure that the proximity sensor and light sensor are correctly in the position right here. It folds over the speaker, and as you can see, they're showing through these two holes. Make sure that's lined up in those holes. Okay, then next I will go ahead and remove the camera, front-facing camera. Okay, I'm going to have to take a closer look. This is a little different from the iPhone 4, so we'll see what's holding that in, and then we'll continue. Okay, I'm not sure what's holding it in, but what we're going to do, we'll remove this screw, which is still holding the headphone jack in. Let's see what's going on. Remove the headphone jack. We're going to try and remove, let's see, everything but the front-facing camera. Alright, I'm going to pause it while I remove this. Just a slow process. Okay. Evidently, I broke this connector right here. It was adhered to a sensor right here, which, like I said, make sure you have a replacement. So, I'm going to go ahead and remove this final screw that was holding the vibrate switch in. and everything should come out. Now for the volume up down button. And we're going to put a new one in. And I'm going to save this just like it is for right now so I can bend all the flex cable in the same way that this is bent. And let me do that and then I'll continue. Okay, here we have the new cable. Alright, I'm going to bend it in shape and then continue. Okay, we got the vibrate switch in. Now we're going to put the headset into place. And it's a real tight fit, so let me work on that and then we'll put the buttons into place and ensure that everything is working. Alright. Okay, we got the headset in place, or the headphone jack in place. Having trouble getting the focus here. Alright, and we reattached this screw. Okay, and we used adhesive to adhere this piece there. Next step is going to be the buttons for the volume up and down. And then we'll take the adhesive off the flexible strip and put it all into place. And let's go to the buttons real quick. And once again, the buttons need the little round, looks like metal button inside it. And if it didn't come with your kit, then you will have to take the buttons off of the old ones and put them right in here. And again, I used a razor knife to do it on the old one to remove these little buttons. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then put the buttons into place with the 3 screws that I took out first. Okay, we got it held in place. I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in. Put them in and not tighten them all the way down. Just in case you're a little out of alignment, you can move it to line it up better. And then go ahead and tighten it. And check. Good, good. Vibrate, nice. And power button, nice. Okay, pause the video. Okay. Remove the adhesive strip.
Right, yeah, basically it just doesn't have the physical damage coverage, but it still has all the coverages to ensure that if you were in an accident, that everybody would be taken care of. Well, there is a discount for having the continuous insurance coverage, and then it is also rated less because I did put the vehicle as pleasure use, so that means that you're driving them less. So then there is a savings for that. We also have a program called Snapshot. Have you seen any commercials for that? Okay. Yeah, Snapshot. What it is it basically calculates your driving for 30 days, and as long as you don't drive really fast or brake really hard, and basically you're not really driving over 30 miles a day when you go like to the grocery store or anything, then after
Alright, we're good there. Now we need the camera. And let's see what we got. Alright, I'm going to pause it and see. Okay, the front camera in fact is held in by a part very similar to the one on the iPhone 4. Too much background stuff. Right, there we go. Just clips in place. So we'll put the camera in and then check and see what we got left to do. Okay, checking everything out. I believe we're in fact ready to reassemble the phone. And we will go ahead and do that and go from there. Okay, here's the result. That is sharp blue and gold. We got power button. We got volume up and well, volume up and down. Vibrate. What else? Got Wi-Fi. Great signal. What else can we check? Camera. Everything looks good, very sharp. And that's it.